how do you stay creative while not, I guess, imitating or copying? If you understand my question, so
Yeah.
like seeing someone else and trying to blend that into your own style.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Good question too. Yeah, I think it's good if you are inspired by a lot of people, but I think it's important that first thing you have to have a lot of inspiration. If you have only one,
Mama se kungi betengo we kumoyi ingumada takana Okyo sokinu kibanga se Manuele ngando mushisamye Manuele Manuele
Demon. Hey everyone, on today's episode of Two Free Podcast, we have the amazing and incredible Aurelien Traube, who is a hip-hop choreographer, dancer, instructor, as well as performer man. He currently lives in Belgium. In this episode, we talk about his childhood, how hip-hop music influences development as a dancer, tips and hints on how to become a better freestyle dancer, man. Great episode with an amazing dancer. Let's jump right into it.
All right, so I am now on the line with a Mr. Arlen Traub,
yeah,
who is a choreographer. You are a dance teacher, and you're also a entrepreneur. Is that correct?
yeah, it's exactly correct. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And if I'm not mistaken, you were also born in Belgium.
yeah.
When what part of Belgium? Say it again for me.
So it's a small city which is called Mons. It's in the north of Belgium. So it's not well known, I'm sure, in America, but no, your audience will know Mons, which is amazing.
Dude, so I want to start up, man. Please tell me, what was your childhood like growing up in Mons, man? What was that like?
Oh, my childhood was not really original. Like I went to school like every kid, and I was not a dancer when I was young. I started to dance when I was 7 years old. Yeah, but I was not dancing like I am today. Like I was just dancing in front of the TV. I used to watch Usher
Yeah, uh-huh,
clips.
yeah.
Yeah, I was his first. Yeah, he was one of my best singer, and I was just trying to do what he was doing on TV, and yeah, it was my first inspiration, and it all started there. But it was just a way for me to enjoy and to have fun. It was not like a real passion there. And yeah, I already started to dance when I was 14. When I was
Ah,
14, I see the movie. I don't know if you heard about this movie, but are you a dancer, man?
yeah, I'm not dance definitely, man. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So you will probably know. It's the movie is called Street Dancer.
Oh, I don't know about that one though, man.
Ah, okay. This is one of the best movie in the business. You
Yeah,
really
okay.
have to
I
see this.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This movie is amazing. And so, yeah, I saw this movie and I was like, really like, this is what I want to do with my life. I was like a 14-year-old kid, teenager, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And when I explained it to my mother, she was kind of scared because, yeah, she wanted me to do, you know, regular way of life, like do some
Exactly.
studies and go to university, go to college, then university, be a doctor, and
Safe path.
um, yeah, yeah, exactly. So when I explained her that this is what I want to do, she was kind of scared, but she also always trust me because she knows she already knew that I was a kind of person that when I wanted to do something, I go full out, and so she knew that I could make it. I can make it. So
Ah,
yeah, she immediately sorry also helped me with my dreams,
yeah,
and
that's awesome, man. She was
yeah,
supportive.
yeah, yeah. And 2 months later, I started my first dance classes. And so I was 14. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I definitely understand all that, man. Let me ask you this, man. I've never been to Belgium, man. I guess what's what were some of your music influences, growing up and everything? What were some of your favorite bands to listen to?
Oh yeah. Man, I'm gonna be through with you. In Belgium, I don't really listen to Belgian artists. Like,
Hey.
I always listen to American music, which is mainstream music. And yeah, also here in Belgium, we all listen to, not everyone, but most of people, they listen to American music, hip hop music, R&B music. All of your singers, they are well known here also in Europe,
Okay, okay.
so yeah, when I was a kid, I used to listen to Chris Brown, Usher, yeah, Beyonce also, all those singers that were really known also in our country. And yeah, it was my first influences also as an artist, as a dancer,
Mm,
So yeah, not
okay.
really Belgian band here. We have Belgian rappers that are good,
Okay.
which are good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, but I
How
don't really know them well, so sorry. I'm sorry for that.
it's
I'm
a
more of
good
a
bit.
filter.
Yeah, okay. So tell me, man. I'm very curious to know, man. I guess how big is hip hop in Belgium?
Okay, Belgium was not big at all back in the days. So when I started to dance, it was maybe, yeah, it was not. I don't say it was nothing. There was some teachers. There was a little bit of a community, there. But it's seriously growing up those past I would say 5 years. Yes, so now we have a community that is growing up more and more. We also have more of American choreographer that are coming here in Belgium to teach. And so yeah, more dancers are growing, and they are kicking asses right now in Belgium. But when I started, not a lot of school, not a lot of crews also. um, I remember when I was doing some contests, when I back in the days when I was 14, and in those days, yeah, there was maybe ten crews for a regular competition, and now you have uh, to do the pre-selection and to be pre-selected, which it was not the case before. You know what I mean? 10
Okay.
crews, and it was
Everybody
full,
got in. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
so yeah, so the
So
community
it's
is really
growing.
growing up. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
which is nice. Yeah, yeah.
So real quick, man, can I ask how old are you? Right? How old are you now?
How do you think I am, man?
I would say no more than 25, man.
26, man. Close.
Okay. Shut
Yeah.
up. Shut up, man. So you're growing up, you know what I'm saying? I'm curious. You told me you were dancing. Did you have any other hobbies outside of dancing?
Yeah, yeah. I have other hobbies, some new hobbies. As you said, I'm more and more into entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. So I like more and more to learn about web marketing and stuff. And yeah, it's my new big project right now. I'm not only a dancer as I was before. No, I'm also working in other projects next to dance, which are more related to web marketing, e-commerce, and this stuff. I think it's the future. And yeah, and there are also a lot of things in the dance industry that I don't fully appreciate. There is a lot of things that I love so much, but some other aspect that I don't like. And that's what also I wanted to do something else. And yeah, I started to learn about it 1 years ago, about web marketing. And I met some other entrepreneurs, some stuff, and I feel so inspired meeting them. So I was like, yeah, I never felt like before. The next time I felt like this, it was when I was 14, when I was 7, watching Usher. And
Okay.
so yeah, it started to be my new passion, and now I'm focusing more and more on this, also dancing, creating, and yeah, full of all those things right now. And
Mm.
I really truly love what I'm doing, so which is good.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. So you told me, at 14, you say you decide to, you want to make dancing your full-time occupation, right?
Yeah.
I guess what happens after you graduate from high school, man? Are you just dancing 24/7, or do you go to college? What happens?
Yeah, so after I went to high school, as I told you before, my mother always wanted me to do some studies and to keep going with studies, you know. So I went to university, which, oh man, I failed like so many times, but I finally succeed, yeah, which is good. But yeah, but I went to university, but I keep going on dance classes next to it. And yeah, I have to say that I did that, but my real passion was dance at the time. So I did that to secure a little bit my relatives, you know.
Okay, okay.
But my advice for people who really want to do it in the artistic life, who want to go full out, is like, if you feel it's your passion, and if you feel that even if your family is not really into it and they don't want you to do that, they want you to do some studies, or I don't know. If you believe in it, I think really you can do it. There is more and more um, a job in this industry. So I don't know what you want to do, but if you're listening right now, just do it, just do full out, and you will succeed. If you really
Yeah.
want it, and if you are sure about the way that this is what you want, you will do it.
Yeah.
So I think my past is not really. Uh, this was not my choice, but no, I'm also really thankful for the studies I made. It helped me a lot, so I'm also thankful for what I did. But yeah, I recommend people to really go full out in what they want, and yes, don't listen to people, even if it's your family, which is hard, man, which
It
is hard.
can be. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. So I guess let me ask you this. Tell me about, I guess, your whole training process. So you start dancing and everything. Would you consider yourself what kind of dancer do you consider yourself? Let me ask you that.
Oh, good question, man. Oh, and hard question. Seriously, hip hop dancer, you know, but
That's the vibe I got. I didn't know if that's what you consider. So that's kind of the vibe I got watching your videos, oh man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I like to do is like I took so many different kind of classes. You know, I used to take salsa. I used to take classical dance, ballet dance classes, contemporary, jazz. So I really used to take a lot of different styles. And what I want to do is just mix it and do it, do my own thing. You know what I mean? So I listen to music and I just take all the basics I got from there, from there, from there, and I do my stuff. So that's why it's really hard to answer when people ask me, "What is your style?" Like, yeah, I used to dance on hip hop music, but I try to use every basics that I trained. So yeah,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell me this, man. I guess tell me about, I guess, being an artist and being creative, man. How do you, I guess, stay creative? What is your creative process, man? Speak to me about, I guess, you being creative,
Yeah, creative process. Which is interesting. It's a really important question because in dance classes, you don't learn about those creative process. Um,
kind of teach you a routine, right?
yeah, they teach you a routine, they teach you steps, but how it's gonna be really hard to explain it to you right now. But this is what I try to give to my students in classes. I have one classes fully dedicated to this process, which is what you're asking me right now. You know, and during these classes, I don't teach moves. I don't teach steps. There is no steps, no moves. There is just um, concepts, notion that will help the students with this creative process. Um, but my answer would be for a dancer who is listening right now. The better advice would be to just focus on one thing when they are training, especially if they want to train freestyle dance, especially if they want to be a freestyle dancer, or if they want to train their freestyle. The best idea, is to focus on just one concept, one notion you work. Um, so either you decide to work on grooves and you work during half an hour on grooves, or you focus on dynamics and you work during 1 hour, 1 hours or half an hour. You choose on dynamics. Either you work on texture, your movement texture. Either you work on musicality. So you choose what you want to learn and you focus on that thing fully during 1 hour, 2 hour. For me, it's difficult because I don't like to focus too much. I can't focus like 2 hours long, on one thing.
Right,
So,
right, right.
but it depends on people. For me, I do 10 minutes. You know, only 10 minutes. But during 10 minutes, it's full out. I don't think about something else. I
Mm.
only think about grooves. I only think about musicality. You know, and I think if you work that way, you're gonna be better. You want to get better. You're gonna get better.
Yeah.
You know, um, when I started to dance, I used to practice like I was in front of my mirror and I just do moves like I don't know.
Right, right.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't understand. People are improving better than me. Not everybody, but I was seeing people that were improving faster. I went to battle and I saw some people that were way better than me, and I was like, you started to dance the same times, at the same times, as
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
We started together 2 years ago. How can it be possible? You're so good, you know. And I have a big friend of mine who is really good at battle. And 3 years ago, he explained me. He told me this thing. He told me try to focus on one thing. Try to
Mm.
start to train focusing on one thing. And I kept this idea. I went to another battle. It was like 1 month later, and I met this dancer, which is really known here in Europe, which is called Paradox. Paradox. It's a freestyle. It's a freestyler, a freestyle
Okay.
dancer,
Okay.
and it's one of the best. Seriously, if I don't know if your audience knows him, but go to see his videos. He's amazing.
Okay.
Really, is astonishing. And he explained me this too. He told me, yes, this is how I train. This is how you have to train if you want to get better. And I was like, it's the same thing that my friends told me,
Well,
And
real quick, how do you spell his
Hey kid, come here. Hey, if you could leave like and subscribe for the channel, share with the people, that'd be amazing.
real quick, how do you spell his name, man? Spell his name for me.
oh, it's paradox. It's paradox. My friends, my friends' names
Oh, the one you said Paradox. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna check him
paradox,
out.
and my friend's name is it's Junebox.
June, but
Junebox.
okay,
Yes,
all right, for sure.
Junebox. Yeah.
So I say yeah, that's a tip though. So yeah, just focus on one specific thing though, and just try and improve that in that session.
Yeah, you focus 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, you choose, but you focus on one thing. And um, at the end of the training, you allow yourself to just mix everything, but only at the end of your training. This is how I train now. And till I started to train like this, man, it changes my
Nice.
dance evolution, my dance,
Yeah.
yeah,
Evolution. I
the way
get you.
I was
Yeah,
improving,
yeah.
the way I'm improving right now. Yeah.
Let me ask you this real quick, man. For what you do, man. I guess your creative style and everything. How do you stay creative while not, I guess, imitating or copying? If you understand my question, so
Yeah.
like seeing someone else and trying to blend that into your own style.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Good question too. Yeah, I think it's good if you are inspired by a lot of people, but I think it's important that first thing you have to have a lot of inspiration. If you have only one person that you are inspired on, you're gonna be a bit like it's gonna be um,
A copy or what?
yeah, you can you will be tempted to copy him, but if you have a lot of inspiration, it's not going to be
Mm,
the same. So
okay.
this is the first thing. And the second thing is like um mixed everything, as I told you before, like take something here, take something there, take something there, and recreate it. Just don't mix all you've seen there or there. Mix it, do it your way, and try to be different, because there are so many dancers who are the same as other, and as an artist you have to be different. If you are the
Right. Yeah.
same,
Yeah.
it's not really interesting to watch you, because there's going to be another better you,
Right.
because you copy something else. So
Right. Right.
there's
Right.
already someone who's better in what you're doing. So take something here, take something there, and then try to recreate it. And as I said, you have to, I think it's my opinion, um, have some, I don't know how to say, some
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
specialties, be
Specialty. Yeah.
ready. Yeah, be really good on something, try to focus on everything, be better on everything in the dance, every part of the dance, but try to make yourself an expert in something, be really good on grooving, or be
Okay.
really good on
Okay.
musicality, which is going to be your signature, so yeah, take something there and there, recreate, and then try to have your signature, try to have your own thing. And I think, yeah, you're not going to be exactly the same as others. You're going to have your own personality, you know
Mm. Yeah.
uh yeah. And you also have to know where you want to go, where you want to go.
Okay.
um, be really okay with, this is where I want to go, this is there, this is there, this is there. Do I want to be a choreographer? Do I want to be a freestyle dancer? Do I want to be, it's not the same way of working,
Right.
and
Right. Right.
it's not the same way of analyze another dancer and take something from hits, you know what I mean?
So
So
it's having a plan, right? A game
yeah,
plan for life.
yeah, have a plan, and either you want to be a dancer behind an artist, either you want to be a dancer on a video, either you want to be a freestyle dancer. I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna have some impact on your way of working, of your
Exactly. And like the way you work, the decisions
the
you
way you,
make as well, right?
exactly, man, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm curious to hear, man. You said so you went to university and all that, and you told me that you're also you're a teacher as well, man. Tell me about what happened. How did you become a teacher, man?
as a dance teacher, you
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, oh
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um Oh, it's a fun story. I started to be a dance teacher the year I started to dance.
So at 14 or 7, or which one?
14, no,
Okay,
not
all
7. I
right.
was not really dancing. I told you, it was just
Okay, okay,
practice in front of TV. But yeah,
okay. So you started teaching at 14?
yeah, I started teaching at 14.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, but I know so many people who are saying that you don't have to teach at the beginning. When you are a beginner, don't teach. Start to teach when you start to be advanced and really good in what you are doing. You know what I mean? This kind of
I've heard
speech,
I've heard people say that. Yeah.
you know? um, and I often hear that in the dance community, and which I think is not really good. I mean, when you start to develop your own skills, of course, you're not going to teach the first months you are practicing, of course, but when you are developing your own skills, I think it's amazing, and you can already share what you've learned to a beginner, someone who is just started, and sometimes the beginner will better learn from you than from another person who is dancing since, I don't know, 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, because they,
You know?
they probably can relate to you more, right?
Of course, of course. And I also think that the dancer who are dancing since, I don't know, 10 years, um, it's hard for him to remember,
When he was a
how it,
beginner.
yeah, how it was when he was a beginner, you
Yeah.
know, and so it's hard to explain the thing. But you know, for my case, I don't teach to beginner class anymore. I don't have beginner. My first class, so the most, the less advanced class, is a beginner intermediate class.
Okay, okay.
Because seriously, it's art for me to teach to really like people who are started, who
I
are
understand.
starting,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. It's really hard, and it's also kind of, I have to say, boring sometimes for me, when I
Okay,
have
I
to teach
understand.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you want to go faster, you want to move, you want to, and yeah, it's a normal kind of way, I think. So yeah, so I will advise a person who is started with dance. Don't hesitate to teach and to share what you've learned to other. And yeah, if you have a dance school who is asking you to come and to give classes, go for it. And one last thing, I'm sure about the fact that it will help you to grow too. Teaching
Yeah.
others what
Right,
you've
right,
learned,
right.
and maybe it's even better because you are teaching what you've just learned, you know? And so I'm sure it's gonna help you to grow more and to get a better dancer. So teach as fast as you can, man. Teach.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
now, yeah,
yeah,
okay. Let me ask you this, man. So you said you started dancing and taking it serious around 14, man. Um, and I can only imagine, from 14 to where you are today, that you came to some troubling obstacles, some hard times.
yeah.
I'm curious, what kept you going through those hard times? Why did you stick with it, and not maybe do something else, man?
Oh yeah. Good question. Oh, my answer will not be the most original answer, but uh, I don't know. I think when you find your true why, your true passion, when you know that it's the good thing and that this is what I want to do, you know, um, no matter the obstacles, no matter what's gonna happen, you know, and there will be failure, but you will go forward. And the reason is really easy. It's because you like to do it. You just like. I mean, I failed so many times at so many auditions, and I remember one year I was with my crew. We went to a contest and we finished last.
Oh,
It was,
okay, that's
yeah,
tough, man.
and that was tough. It was like I think 6 years or 7 years ago, and but I kept going because I like dancing. It was hard, but next to this, I like dancing, so I keep going.
Sure
You know,
enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you know what's cool? What's cool is that 4 years after that, I went back to the same contest with another crew, but no matter, with another crew, and we won the contest. So maybe if I started to think, oh, it was a mistake to dance. I'm not good enough. I can't win. My crew, I don't have. My dancers are not that good. We have to stop. Uh, you know, if you think like this, you don't dance for the right way. You dance because it's cool. You dance because you want to win. You dance because you want, I don't know, maybe recognition. I don't know. I'm not in the head. I'm not in your head. But you have to know why you're dancing. And if you dance because you like it, no matter the failure, you will go on,
Right,
and
right.
you will do it again 1 year after, 2 years after, 3 years after, and finally you're gonna win. You're gonna win. You're finally gonna win. So you don't do it especially for winning, but in the end, if you do it for passion, you will win. If you want to win, if you want to do contests or stuff, because you will be there in 10 years. In 10 years, so many people will have stopped, and you
Oh
will still
man.
be there.
Right,
You
right,
will still
right.
be there, and you will win. So maybe it's gonna be in 10 years, but you will do it for sure.
Mm.
So yeah,
So,
I
so
think it's just a kind of thinking, a way of thinking.
yeah.
And if you're sure it's your passion, uh, you will go for it no matter what. Yeah.
So let me ask you this then, and I'll specify it to the dancing field or career. Is the key to becoming successful or making a career out of dancing? Is it just consistency and sticking with it, or is it more to it than that?
Can you precise the second part of your question, man,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, okay, yeah. So in order to be successful in dancing,
Yeah.
Is it just being consistent, or is it more to it than that?
Okay. Consistency is really important, of course. It's an amazing question. It's an amazing question, which is take me to another point. It really depends where you want to go, but of course, you really also have to the contacts, the contacts. Sorry, contacts.
Like people, or what you mean?
Yeah, people networking.
Hmm.
Networking. You also have to think about all those steps. All the stuff we learn as an entrepreneur. You have to network. You have to do partnership. You know, but as a dancer, as an artist, you also have to think that way. And I think sometimes it's hard in the artist industry, is that sometimes you win not because you're the best, but sometimes you win because you know the right people, so which is not all the time the best part of it. But you have to know that networking is a skill, and that you also have to develop that skill. So you have to be consistent, you have to develop your skill, as your dancing skills, for example. But there is some other skills that you have to develop, and that's also why I like what we learn as an entrepreneur, because I think a lot of entrepreneur skills are really useful as a dancer. I often said to my students, you have to think like entrepreneur, you have to think like,
Definitely, yeah.
you
Yeah,
really have to think like
you're
that.
you are a business, you yourself, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course I do. So uh, and I used to read business books even way before I started to do real business. So, but all the concept I learned really helped me in dance so much. So yeah, think about networking. Go to people, talk to them, not even thinking about something else than just uh, learning to the other, learning about his past, about how he's went into dance, and you're gonna get some relation with people, and that's gonna help you. That's also gonna help you to learn. They're gonna teach you some stuffs about dance, about. So it's really important also to develop those skills. And so yeah, consistency uh, is a really important skill, but no, it's not.
Not the only
How
one.
to say sufficient? I don't know. It's not.
But yeah,
It's
I
not
get yeah,
enough. It's not enough. It's not.
exactly. Right, right,
It's not
right.
enough. No. Um. So yeah, yeah.
No, I get you. I
Yeah.
definitely understand that, man. I definitely do, man. So yeah, let me ask you this, man. You've been dancing since you were 14, man. Which is a very, very long time, man. Tell me this, man. What are some things that you've learned from dancing that you're able to use, or translate in your everyday life?
Okay. Okay. Um. Oh man, so many things. Really, so many things. As I told you, as a dancer, you really have to think by yourself. So it helps me to think by myself, to take my own decisions. When you're a dancer, especially in Belgium, sometimes you have to travel to other country to grow, to
Right,
take
right,
classes.
right. Yeah.
you know Sometimes I had to take decision just to flew 2,000 kilometers away to go to classes with a teacher that I loved, and to practice and to get better.
Yeah,
And so
dedication.
yeah, dedication. And I had to did that for this. It happens when I had 17. uh, it was one evening. I went to my mother, another story with my mother, and I and I told her, tomorrow I have to take a flight. She was like, why? I said, I have a workshop in Slovenia with this
Hey,
choreographer,
yeah.
and I have to take my flight tonight. you know and she was like, ah. You imagine that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think it takes you some guts, but you have to. I had to take my to take decision by myself. You know. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't hear you, man. You hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you.
Okay, okay, it's better. It's my earphones.
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay, it's better. So yeah, this is the main thing I think because you know, if if I wasn't a dancer at that time, uh, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you weren't serious about it.
Yeah, no, yeah. If I wasn't a dancer, if I was just a regular student in school,
Right, right.
I wouldn't have to take those decisions in my life, early in my life. And now I also feel more confidence about life. I know I can travel. I know I can do some stuff because I already did that when I was
Mm,
young, you
yeah,
know. So it takes me to some decision I'm proud right now, you know. And so dance helps me to grow my confidence with those decisions. That's the main thing for me, you know.
yeah,
And and yeah, and it's so much, and it's so much, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So as I told you before, think as an entrepreneur, and if you have to do something, yeah, you don't have someone who's going to tell you you have to do this or that or that or that. You have to do it by yourself, you
all
know.
right. Yes. So kind of yeah,
So
being being reliant or being dependent on yourself, right?
exactly,
You can't be
exactly.
dependent on anyone else.
And it's building in it's a way of building confidence. It's a
Yeah,
way of building
definitely.
confidence.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
So yeah, for me it's the main thing. And also I would say be creative, you know, think your own
Hey.
way.
Mm.
Think your own way. Yeah, yeah. So happy to have those all those decisions that I had to take. And yeah, so yeah, definitely, definitely.
I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. For where you're at, your current stage in life, man. Um, what would be success to you, or maybe how would you define success for yourself? Or a matter of fact, are you already successful? Let me ask you. Either one.
Oh man, I'm kind of a perfectionist kind of person, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say I don't consider myself as a successful person because I want to do always, you know, I always want to do more. But I would say, and I think it's the most important thing, um, I would say what I try to achieve about myself is to be proud of myself no matter what, because um, I, there was, I have my fear and I go towards my fear. You know, I don't know how
Yeah.
to say in English, but to overcame, you know, to overcame my
Yeah.
fears
Yeah. Exactly.
and to yeah, if there is something I want to do, even if I'm fearful, I go for it. And if I do this till the end of my life, I think I would be successful in the end of my life, no matter the results. It's my kind of philosophy, you know. So so yeah, it's just daring to do stuffs even if you're afraid of. And no matter the results, of course I want results. I have some financial goals, some professional goals, and some stuffs like this. But sometimes I feel like if you are too many too in those goals, you don't enjoy life anymore, you know. And I was that kind of person. I was too much into my goals. Back in the days, I was too much into I have to do this, I have to achieve it, I have to succeed. And I just realized one day that I was not enjoying life, you know.
Okay.
I was not enjoying what I was doing.
And so was that from, I guess, maybe putting too much pressure on yourself?
Yeah, exactly, bro. I was putting too much pressure on myself. That's also why. So now I try more to focus on being, uh, to enjoy what I'm doing, and to be fully satisfied, sorry, on myself. If I'm doing thing that I know that is important for me, that are important for me,
Mhm.
and that if I'm fearful about it, I even go for it. Yeah, which is make me feel grateful and proud. And so I don't really need any more less I need less, I would say, results in my life, less. But I'm still dependent on results,
Of course, of course.
in some, of course, like everybody, in some aspects of life, and it's normal. It's all right. It's all right. But
Yeah,
it's more of a kind of thinking also.
yeah, I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I get you, man. So let me ask you this, man. For and I think you may have already answered in the beginning, but this I want to ask you it anyway, man. Let's say there's someone who is new to dancing, man, and like you said, like they were like you, maybe at one point they were not getting better. They feel like they were staying in that same place, man. What advice could you give them? I remember you said focus on one thing
yeah.
at a time, right? Is there any other thing, or is that the biggest thing they can do to get better?
It's like a great conclusion, I think, of my interview. Like, it's, yes, focus on one thing, one, network, meet people, two, and three, take classes as much as you can. If you like to dance, go to class and just enjoy yourself and practice, practice, practice,
Yeah.
practice. If you do those three things, I'm sure you're gonna be successful as a dancer.
Nice.
There's no other way.
Okay.
I'm sure about that. You know.
Okay.
So yeah.
Hey, shut up, yeah, man. And I say I want to say this, man. The reason I hit you up, man, because I went to your Instagram page, man. Dude, you got the moves, bro. I really like watching you dance, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
I do, of course, man, of course, bro.
Nice, nice.
But let me ask you this, man. So, and kind of a continuation to the last question.
Yeah,
Let's say for someone who is maybe an intermediate,
yeah.
and they want to get to that advanced level, what does it take for them to get there?
To get from intermediate to advanced level, that's what you say. Okay. Um, from intermediate. Okay. My answer would be, if you have the opportunity, it also has to be relevant to your goals. But if you have the opportunity, so it also has to be relevant to where you want to go as a dancer. But if you have the opportunity to go to join a crew or
Mm-hmm.
a company, then do it.
Ah, okay.
It's the best way to push yourself. If there is a crew or a company who is doing some shows or contests in your town, try to join.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the audition if they're doing audition. I don't know, but I think going to class is great. But when you are to a certain level and you want to push yourself, going to a company, a crew, will help you a lot. I think uh, going through competitions, it's gonna help you to meet, as I said before, other dancers,
Yes,
to
yes.
get inspiration from other, as you can also take in class. But yeah, if you have but it's, as I said before, it's also have to be relevant to your goal. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want just to freestyle, freestyle. But if you freestyle, then go to battle. You always have to find the next way for the next level for you, the next, which is the next level for me. This question is really important. What can I do right now to push me to the other level? No, I'm taking classes, but I want to get better. What can I do? Would I like to go to a crew? Yes, so let's go. Oh no, a crew is not for me, but I think I would be better as a freestyle dancer. I think battle will suit me better. Go to battle. If you are thinking like, no, my stuff is going through videos projects. I want to be
Mm.
on videos concepts,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
try to find someone, a choreographer, who is looking for dancer on his video. Meet, go to a meeting. Try to meet him. Talk to him. Go to his classes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll see you. And if he don't see you, come back the other day, and then
Okay.
the other day, and he will finally see you. He will see you get better for sure.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
fair enough. Yeah, uh-huh.
and one day probably he will want to work with you. So that's why you have to. I think it's important for you to be to know where you want to go, as we said before.
Yeah, that is important though. Yeah, man.
What is your goal? And according to your goal, ask you the question, what is the next step for me? What is
Yeah.
the next step? Is it to go to advanced class? Ah, I'm already in advanced class. Okay. Crew, battle, meet. What can I do now? What can I do now to get better?
Yeah.
Yeah, is
Not,
yeah. But the most important thing is it has to be relevant to your goal. So there is no one answer. It depends on every artist, every dancer. You know, there is no just one end road
right,
as
right.
a dancer. You have so many. You want to be a choreographer. You want to be a backup dancer for an artist. You know, what do you want to do? And according to that, take your decision and go where it's the most relevant for you. Go where it's the yeah where it would be the best for you to go.
Mm.
You
Yeah, I
know.
get you, man. Yeah, yeah. Let me um let me ask you this, man. Uh when I say the word musicality, what does that mean to you, man?
How musicality is like for me, it's going through every how do you say I don't know how to say in English, but I will find going through every.
Like
Oh, sorry.
level or
Leave me 2 seconds. I will
okay.
translate it in English. I
All
want
right,
this
so
word. Um, up. Yeah. Layer. You know,
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
layer.
Uh-huh.
Every layer of the sounds,
Mm.
going through um, the beats, through lyrics, through other instrumental. This is
Right,
for me
right, right.
musicality. It's the flow. You know, flow from an instrument to another. You know, when you say musicality, this is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
yeah.
I think that's it though. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So
And
as a
so
yeah.
let me
So
ask you this. Uh,
yeah, told me, man. Yeah. Oh my God. So
well,
I just wanted to say that as a dancer, I think it's also important to develop your um
your ear for it, like
musical sorry,
your
man.
ear, like your ear.
You're here, yeah, and to be able to catch one sound and another, you know, and to hear the sounds that are behind the music.
Right, right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And to express it and translate it into movements. Yeah, that's really important if you are a dancer. So listen a lot listen to music a lot as much as you can, and yeah, and try every time to find new sounds, new way to hear the music. You
I
know.
say, yeah. I wanted to ask you. You know, how does a dancer improve their musicality? Is it just by listening to the music, or is it more to it?
Oh, for me, it's just listening to the music. First step, listening to the music, and second step, as I told you, it's going through a layer to another. You know.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
So
on
maybe picking out one part of the song and just focusing on that.
Yes, exactly. Focus on only one part of the song, one instrument, then another.
Okay.
Focus only on the lyrics, then only on the beats, you know, only on the snare, only on the bass, and you will develop it and listen more and more to music, and yeah, and when you dance, do the same thing as you dance. So when you practice your movement, and that's what I'm doing, of course, when I practice my movement, I can do a session, and during this dance session, during 20 minutes, I will only take the bass, you know, or during the 20 next minutes, I will focus only on the snare, and then only on the lyrics, and only in the end of my session, I will try to go one to another and to catch everything, to go, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to be as fluent as I can be on musicality, you know. So for me, it's the best way to work on musicality. It's the way I'm working it,
Mm.
and yeah. So this is the second part, and the first part is just listen to music and try to catch the sounds, even when you're not dancing, even when you're just here. You are on a chair, sitting, listen to music, and okay, try to hear the sounds which are behind the music, and try to find some new some subtleties in the music, you know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let
You
me
understand what I'm saying, man? Yeah, my
yeah, I
English
got
is
you.
not it's
Oh no,
good.
you good, man. No, you fine, man.
Amazing.
Dude. I'll tell you right now, man. Your English is a lot better than my Belgium. Oh, what's the last language there? Your French? Was it French or no?
My countryman.
Yeah. What's the national language in Belgium?
Ah, it's French. Yeah, it's French.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I said yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Your English is way better than my French, bro.
Ah, seriously?
Oh,
Ah,
way better.
we can go on in French if you want. So your
No, no.
agents could assess your French.
I don't want to embarrass myself, man. I want to ask you. I want to ask you one more question, man, real quick. Um,
Let's go for it, man.
hey, man, can you give me one tip that can make anyone a better dancer immediately?
Okay, I'm gonna give you this tip, man. You ready for it?
I'm ready, man.
Ready, man? You sure you ready, man?
I'm ready, bro.
Okay, man. Every dancer, listen to it. I have the magic trip,
Trick.
tips. Sorry, tips
Yeah.
to be a better dancer. Listen to it carefully. It's magic. Uh, there is no tips. Sorry,
Damn. All right.
there is no tips, man. Sorry. I have all the audience like, oh yeah, he's gonna say it,
Hey,
but
hey,
I have to be serious. I don't think there is a tips.
hey. Hey.
I already told you. I think the main process that I have to improve my patterns in dance. So yeah, as I told you, I don't think there is a magic tips or a magic advice.
Right, right, right.
There is no magic tricks in life. I think this is my opinion, and I just think you have to practice. As I said, practice like um, be um, be intelligent when you practice your dance. But that's it. Just practice, enjoy what you're doing, and if it's your true why, if it's your true passion, if it's really what you want to do in life, if it's dancing or I don't know, maybe flute or guitar or battery, I don't know, but just go full out. And if you really love it and if you trust the process,
Yeah.
if you trust yourself, and you have to trust yourself, you have to be the you are the only person that can really trust yourself in life, so
Right,
you have
right.
to do it. And even if it's not easy every day, I know, you will succeed. And even if you're not succeeding that high as you want to succeed, you will succeed, you know. So yeah, just go for it, as I said before. And don't don't look don't focus on magic tricks, don't focus on those stuffs. And it's not just about dancing, it's not really about dancing, but in life in general, there is no magic tricks. There is just, I think, work, dedication, and enjoying what you're
Yeah.
doing. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it's just it. If you're doing it, for my experience, I succeed what I wanted to succeed the most in life, because I had those three things. I worked, and I enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay.
and and yeah, there is maybe one thing I can add to that, which is really important. um but I already said that. But um try to work smart. Try to work smart. This is, I already said that,
I mean,
in
it's
fact,
going out. Say it again. Say it
but
again.
I say it again: train smart. Because at the beginning of my journey in dance, I was working like, I was not really smart the way I was dancing, I was doing like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing for me to go there. I go there. Maybe it's a good thing to go there. I go there. Okay, let's work everything at the same time. No, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to work everything at the same time.
Right, right, right,
Structure, planify, and then go for it. Think
right.
and then work. And that's my main, how to say, my main, how to say in English. Give me 2 seconds.
For sure.
Uh,
Your main, yeah, you let me know.
Learning, my
Mhm.
main the main thing I learned, I would
Okay,
say,
okay, okay,
the
yeah,
main
yeah, yeah.
thing I learned during those last 4 years, as for myself as a dancer, as also as an entrepreneur, is like working is good, but working smartly
It's
is
better.
way better.
Right, right, of
And
course, of
so
course, of course.
structure your training, structure what you're doing, and
Yeah,
you're gonna improve, but faster.
yeah, exactly. You're being more efficient with your time. So yeah,
Exactly, bro. Exactly, yeah.
yeah, I get you, man. I definitely understand that, bro. Um, I really want to thank you, Arlen, for taking time out of your day to talk to me, man.
Oh, it was a pleasure, man.
Definitely, yeah.
It was a pleasure. Nice. Thank you for having me. For yeah, for reaching me on Instagram. It
Yeah,
was a pleasure, and I just hope it will help. It will help your audience, and if you have dancers in your audience, I hope it will help them. I'm sure they have some tips and stuff that they can relate
of
to
course.
their dance path. So it's the main thing for me. But I really appreciate the fact that you gave me this window to express myself.
Of
So
course,
thank
man.
you, man. Thank you.
Of course, man. Yeah, of course, man. Real quick, man. Tell me, what are some upcoming events you have going on in your life, man?
As I told you, for me as a dancer, not really. Like I'm more and more into my career as an entrepreneur. So as a dancing, like I'm focusing on giving classes right now.
And say, where are you teaching at?
So I'm teaching at a school which is called Yantra. Uh, yeah, I will write it down if you want.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, it's in Belgium. It's called Yantha.
It's called, yeah, exactly, man. So it's called Yantra, and but it will probably change next year. So right now I'm here, but it will probably change. But if you're in Belgium and you're interested, I mean your audience are interested in dance classes and they want to try my class, they can just reach me on Instagram or
Yeah, yeah,
Messenger, Facebook, and yeah, I will explain them and talk to them, and it will be a pleasure to meet them. So don't hesitate to reach me if you need it.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but right now it's in Yantra, as I told you. Yeah.
Okay. And tell me, man. You said it already, but how can people reach out to you? What's your Instagram account and what's your Facebook account? Can you tell me?
Oh, it's really easy. So Aurelien Traube is my name, and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, easy. Aurelien Traube. So yeah, I think it's the easiest way to find me. Just tap on my name and my first name, and you will find me. Yeah.
Hold on, hold on. I want to say Aurelien Traube. Is that how you
Yeah,
say it?
amazing, man, amazing. That's it. Aurélien Traube. Amazing accent. I like your accent, man. It's amazing.
All right, I totally butchered your name the first time though, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Aurelien Traube.
Aurélien Traube, yes. In
Okay.
French, we say Aurélien Traube. We insist on the R, you know.
Aurelien Traube.
Oh yeah, this is more Spanish, man.
Oh yeah, you're
Spanish,
right. My fault.
Spanish,
My
they
fault.
like to. But in Belgium, we just, you know.
Wait, so hold on. Say it again for real. Aurelien Traube.
Aurélien Traube.
Aurelien Traube.
Oh, amazing. This one was the best. Yeah, keep this one. This one is the best.
Oh man, I got
For
back.
the interview, you cut the rest, but this one is the best. Just keep this one.
I got you, bro. I got you, man.
Yeah,
You see, yeah, like I said, oh, Helion, man, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, bro.
it was my pleasure, Terence. That's it. So it was my pleasure, and yeah, don't hesitate to reach me if you need it.
Hey, thank you so much, Helion, man. I want to ask, man, just enjoy the rest of your day, man. All right.
You too, man. You too. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon,
All
and thank
right,
you
man.
again.
Yes,
See you, man.
sir.
Ciao, ciao.
That's all it is. Hey everyone! If you made it this far to all to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much. Um, my overall goal with making these interviews and these episodes is to give a voice to dancers. To give them a platform to speak their story. So, if this is of value to anyone, then that means the world to me. My overall goal is to give value to the dance community. So if you find no value in this, then I urge you to please let me know where I can improve on. Um, I I truly want to, just uh, give value and content to the dance community. So please let me know how I can improve, where I'm messing up, because to be 100% honest with you, I'm learning along the way as I do this. I truly am. So to be able to interact with the dance community, it means the world to me because it gives me feedback and it lets me know what I'm doing right, where I can improve upon. What I'm doing wrong, which I feel like might maybe more important. So please, if you all could comment and just let me know what you think, it means the world to me because that feedback just helps me improve. So um, please comment as well. Please like and subscribe. That means a lot as well. But I want to say thank you so much for just watching this because it means the world to me. I want to take you on this journey of the Two Left Feet podcast. I'm very excited for it. So once again, thank you so much.